is your wall. Contestant Alina Paul, all the best. Over to you.
Imagine a city with no boundaries, no politics, and no currency. Contest Master, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. This place exists as a city called Auroville in the southernmost part of India. I visited this place when I was 21. It was recommended to me by my best friend who happened to be doing his internship here. He would not stop talking about how amazing this place was. So then, with two pairs of clothes, one pair of sandals, and a backpack, off I went to the city of Auroville. Now, if you were to know me, you would know that I'm not the kind of person to make trips of these sort. For one, I would have a suitcase which fits in at least 10 pairs of clothes, with an equal amount of footwear and accessories, just to go for a sleepover. But this trip was going to be different. On our first day, our host took us on a quick tour of the city. As this is a city that thrives on a pollution free environment, we rented out cycles as our means of sport. It was everything like I had seen in the pictures, a very rural city with an artistic touch. Everything here had a charm of its own. It was all super exciting for the first 1 hour, after which the city girl inside me came out. I just wanted to get in a taxi and go relax in an air conditioned room. But that was not an option. So we continued to cycle. There were moments where I wanted to curse my friend for bringing me here, for not warning me about how hot this climate was or about how backwards this place was. I was completely exhausted by the end of the day. But then I realized that I enjoyed certain things about this place. There were people coming from all over the world just to be a part of this sustainable city. The next couple of days, we went around the city to learn more about its art. I noticed that people here dressed very casually. So casual that some even looked like their clothes had not been washed for months. My first impression was, ugh, such hippies. But then, as the days passed by, I realized that they were so talented, so creative, and most importantly, so humble. Their energies were so pure. It brought about a different kind of happiness. Discrimination based on race, religion, and sex seemed non existent here. It came to me as a shocker, but I was starting to fall in love with this place. As an architecture student, I was starting to love the way things were built in this city. I would go relax in a bamboo pavilion or go stand underneath arches that I had made, or even go level walls that were made out of mud. This was a city that was so minimal, yet brought about a sense of peace and calm from within. The last day had come in sooner than I had expected. We had a huge bonfire around which we all sat and gave our vote of thanks for the beautiful journey that we had together and all the wonderful learnings that we would be taking back home. I could proudly say that I had made friends here who I could call my family. My best friend then came and sat beside me. With a sly smile on his face, he asked, "So, Alina, is this your dream vacation? Do you still hate me for bringing you here?" The city girl inside me wanted to punch him, but then all that came out was a wide smile. For it was now that I realized that he had completely changed my perspective. As I had mentioned to you before, I'm not the kind of person to make trips of these sort, for it did not seem fancy enough, or the people here did not seem like the people I would enjoy being with. But then the 1 week that I had spent here had a great impact on me. The walls that I had built around me had now gotten shorter. I could take a peek to the other side. The famous quote, "Don't judge a book by its cover," actually started to make sense now. From now on, my perspective on everything I did and everyone I met would be more open and less judgmental. Of course, there would be relapses, but then a few occasional trips, or in the world we live in today, a few occasional Zoom meetings would help me get right back on track. So, my dear Toastmasters and friends, I want you to take a moment and think, ask yourself, how high are your walls? And back to you, Contest Master.
A round of applause for contestant Alina Paul. 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballot.